So since we're doing like story time here on the channel for a brand new series, just to be like, because I've got so many stories and, I've had quite the adventures here and there throughout life. So why not share them with you guys? And I'm just telling you, like, this particular one, I don't know how I came to agreeance and like this one has to be told. This is like some of the most messed up, craziest stuff that could ever happen probably to a human, like, and it really affected personally me on a level that I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to get over, because there's always this thought that comes up, like it's almost like PSTD or whatever that mental disorder is, whatever, where people like freak out when they like think about something, you know what I'm saying, that happened to them in the past, like it was traumatic. Like this is definitely a traumatic experience. So the story that I'm gonna tell you is going to be, I would just call it the most scariest ambulance ride I've ever had in my entire life. And no, I wasn't like about to die or something like that. That's actually a different ambulance ride, so we'll have to save that for another story of the the brain injury and stuff like that I got when I was younger. So this one's, this one happened a long time ago. Now, I don't remember all the people involved in this, but I'm going to just tell you in detail kind of like what I remember from like what happened early on and then throughout the night, basically. So this is a long time ago, probably, it's got to be at least 15 years ago, back when I was super young. Like, we were super young. And I can only remember, like, one of the people. I remember the dude that was driving, because that's, like, one of my best friends, Joel. Like, I still talk to him today. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's only a handful of friends that I've had to be able to keep for a long time. And, like, he's one of them. Even though we don't talk much and we don't hang out, like, we're still, like, good friends. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you get older, you get busy. You get a life. You get, you know what I'm saying? But besides the fact he was there, I don't really remember who else was there. I remember there was another dude. And then there was like a chick. I mean, there's a lot of parties involved here. What's going to happen? So, basically, let me tell you the premises here. So this is like, when I was younger, and this is just like probably some random summer night where we found out about a party. Okay, we found out a party, and this party was going to actually be like a rave out in the middle of the woods or something, right? And I don't like raves, never go to raves, been to a rave before. I think they're stupid, techno music, a bunch of glowing lights, and people, whatever. So we were going to go anyways, because, there's people that out there that we potentially knew, and we wanted like our small little party, because we had like a small little party going on where we were at. That's why we like caught wind of this, this rave or whatever out in the middle of the woods or something like that, which is pretty awesome, because you can get as loud as you want out in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Nobody bothers you. And there's like tons of drugs out there I'm sure people are on. So it's going to be a pretty fun experience. And like, so we all load up into Joel's car, and Joel's got like, I try to describe his car. It's a 4-door of something, okay? But it's not like, a Nissan, maybe like some sort of Nissan, something like, I don't know. It was like an older model too, like 90s, like some sort of garbage 90s 4-door, you know what I'm saying, piece of crap that he found off of Craigslist or something like that. So I just want to like let you know too, by the time that we get into Joel's car, I'd already gotten like a fifth of, I think it was vodka that night or something, or maybe it was a half gallon. We were all drinking on it. So it was like me, this chick, and then this other dude, and then Joel was the driver, and we were partying. I remember we were partying at like my mom's house at the time, which I didn't live with my mom. There was just like my mom's was like a party house, and like I know it sounds weird, like, wait, you weren't living at your mom's, but then your mom's, yeah, dude, like, okay. And then like a bunch of younger kids would like go over to I don't know, dude, it's weird back in the day. I'm telling you, we got lots of stories, but I don't want to clue you in on too much stuff that doesn't pertain with this particular story of like this ambulance ride that, absolutely gobbled my brain up in a bad way here. So like, we'd already been partying at my mom's house, right? And then like, we ended up meeting up over at like an Albertsons or something like that, just to like reconfirm of like where the directions are. So then like, basically this is what I remember. And like, by the time that we were going out to the rave, I was already drunk. Like, I was already drunk, and something I remember, like, doing is because my friend's car, like, dude, we went out and we, like, shot it the other night, because we, like, go out into the woods and we, like, shoot his car or something like that, just put a bullet hole in it when we come back into town, so, you know what I'm saying, because it looks cool for, like, vehicles that, you don't spend a lot of money on, you don't really care if there's a bullet hole in it or not, you know what I'm saying, as long as you don't shoot it in the engine, because we have guns that can shoot through cars and stuff, but besides the fact, okay? We're in his car and we're driving out, and we're like basically in foresty area, and we're probably going about 65, maybe 75 miles an hour. All right, and this is what I remember too, is my friend pissed me off, and I had this knife, and I was like stabbing the back of his seat because I know he didn't care about his car. This is what I was like doing. This is why I said about the bullet holes and stuff, and so I like was stabbing his seat or something. I don't know why I was doing it, dude. I to this day I don't remember why, but I remember him telling me like later on, he's like, "Why were you stabbing my seat?" or something like that, and I was like, I don't know, dude. I was drunk. Okay, that's all I know. I was drunk, and I was in the partying mood of stabbing. I guess at the time, I have no idea. But besides the point too, so we had these, before we actually went out, like when we were driving on the road, I remember my mom, like in the garage, because we needed stuff to sit on when we were going out to the forest, right? Like, and we didn't have any chairs or anything like that. Nobody wants to sit like on a tree stump necessarily, or somewhere where it's like super dirty. You know, there's like basically nowhere to sit and chill and sit like comfortably. So there's a bunch of foam for something that I remember at my mom's house, and like we ended up grabbing that stuff from my mom's house, right? We loaded it in to the back of the car. So like we're sitting on a whole bunch of foam, me and some other dude, and then there's some chick, she's sitting shotgun, and then once again my friend Joel, he's like the driver. That's like his real name too, because I'm not gonna like, you know, oh let's make up a name. No, his name's Joel. You know, whatever. We went to high school together. But besides the fact, okay, this is where things get crazy. So we're driving down this road, and we're going like 70 miles an hour. He's flooring it because we're trying to get out there. It's already dark. Like, it's pitch black dark out, right? And we're in the forest. And all of a sudden, this is what I remember. We hit something, and we rolled the car about 3 or 4 times, okay? Now, here's where I am. I'm in the back. I didn't have like a seatbelt on, but we had all that fucking foam in the back, dude. And that's probably my arm, my wrist. It went through the windshield, and I shattered my left wrist. It was broken. I remember that. We were upside down, and I could smell gas, dude. And I was like, you guys, I smell gas. We got to get out of here. And Joel was saying, don't worry, it's just from the trunk. And I don't even know what the hell that meant at the time. Like, he had a gas tank thing in the trunk or a gas canister. Look, all I know is we crashed. We crashed, dude, and we rolled the car like, yeah, 3-4 times or something like that. And then, you know, like what I said, we were in the back. And then everyone was like, you know, trying to crawl out and get them. We were making sure everybody was okay at the time. And like, you know, I said I messed up my wrist. I hit my head. Like, I was messed up, dude. And I was already shit-faced drunk. But, like, they called the ambulance. So, like, someone actually seen us flip. Like, we went past somebody's house, dude. So, what we crashed into was, I think, a 6-point. Yeah, about a 6-point deer. Or to be like a buck, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, this was a big deer, dude. This thing probably weighed about 600, 800 pounds or something like that. It was like a small moose or something like that. Oh, we killed it. Oh, yeah, we absolutely, like, its head was like 200 feet down the road or something like that. Because we, like, I don't know, dude. So basically, yeah, that's how we got into the car wreck, because we were going so fast down, you know, the back roads or whatever where it's foresty. And then here comes a freaking stupid deer, and it's going to jump right. And you know, if you know deer are dumb, okay? They're stupid. They will like freeze in headlights, and they'll be like, huh? What are those lights? And then, like, you know, we didn't have time to stop, dude. I don't even know, like, what my friend's story. I wish I had him here today to, like, you know, coincide with the story to, like, you know, confirm that it, you know, all the points here were like made. But, you know, dude, we flipped. We were upside down. Someone seen us. They ran over and they helped us out of the car, dude. And I was fucked up at the time. I smashed my head. My head was bleeding. I shattered my left wrist. Oh, man, that hurt like a mother lover. And then the ambulance comes, right? And, like, everybody else was okay except for me. I wasn't wearing a seatbelt in the back seat. And the dude that was, like, back there, too, he was okay because the cushions saved him. But, like, when we flipped, my arm got, like, you know, through the windshield. And it broke the windshield. When it broke the windshield, like, it broke my wrist. Like, I broke my wrist by breaking the windshield when we were rolling the car and stuff like that. So, basically, at this point, you know, ambulance is coming. And I'm the only one that's going to the hospital. I don't know what happened to everybody else necessarily, but I know that I was on the worst ambulance ride of my entire life. And to think about this today, like, you know, it makes me want to like go back and like maybe find these people to like who did this. But then, you know, I'll tell you. So like I was in the ambulance. They strapped me up on like a gurney, dude, because I had a head injury potentially. We didn't know if it was a concussion. I had already had concussions. It was my broken wrist. They didn't know what was wrong with me necessarily, but they know that I got fucked up out of everybody, basically, right? So I'm in the ambulance. None of my friends are there, and it's 2 dudes, okay? And I remember since I had been drinking, I had to take a piss really bad, okay? Like, really, 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 really bad. And I kept saying, like, I don't remember what exactly I was saying, because remember, too, like, I just got into a car wreck, and I just whatever. But this is like the main thing that stuck out in my head of what happened here, which is like the most scariest thing that I probably have ever had happen to me in my entire life, is when I was in the ambulance and I was like moaning, groaning, whatever, saying that I was in pain, saying that I had to go piss, whatever it was. We were way out in the middle of the woods, and the hospital was a long ways away, okay? You want to know what they fucking did? This is what I remember, okay? They stopped the ambulance, and they both got right up in my fucking face, and they said, if you keep making noise, we're gonna fuck you up. You know, he said, we could kill you right now. And you would be at the hospital, and all we gotta do is say, you're arrived dead. And they said, if you don't shut up, we're gonna hurt you more than you, like, already are. You know what I did? You want to know what I did? I held my piss and I shut the hell up. I didn't say a word until I got to the hospital. And that ride, they stopped it. They stopped the ambulance, dude. Like, they stopped it, and they both, like, got in my face. I remember, dude. I don't remember what they looked like. I don't know their names. This is a really long time ago. This has to be, like, 15 years ago or something like that this happened. You know, back when I was super young and barely probably even legal to drink, of course, you know, right? Right? Because I was probably like 18 or 19 at the time when this happened. You know, it was probably 19, maybe 20. I don't know. I probably doubt that. But besides the fact, dude, like, yeah, I shut up. I shut up until I got to the hospital, and they wheeled me out, that motherfucker, dude. And then I started getting loud again after I took a piss and after they assessed me and they figured out what was wrong with me. I remember this too, dude. Back then, my dad and my stepmom showed up or whatever like that, and I was talking to them, and there's an old lady. I guess I was freaking her out because she was like next to me, and I was saying, I'm coming back here with my AK-47, and these fuckers are dead. Like, they're dead. Like, what they did to me, like, oh my god, dude. You don't. And I tried to tell people, and they wouldn't like listen to me, dude. Like, nobody would listen. But that's why, like, you're listening now. Like, it's actually something that happened to me, and it still freaked me out today. So, like, even today, if I take an ambulance ride, I'm still gonna have, you know, this feeling or whatever that, like, it's people that are supposed to be saving your life. But that's, like, not what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I'm sitting here because I'm like in it right now. I'm like in the memory. I am like at the hospital like right now. And like, you can tell probably like the emotion in my voice. Like, yeah, dude, there was nothing I was ever really able to do with it. My parents at the time, like whatever, they came and picked me up, and I had a broken wrist and I had a mild concussion, and nothing really became of that. But like, I'm still stuck. I'm still stuck with this memory. I'm still stuck with this awful memory of, like, can you imagine? I'm strapped in. I can't move. If I could have gotten up and ran to the back of, like, and ran out, I would have done that. But God knows what they would have done at that point, right? Right? They could have injected me with something. They could have murdered me and brought me to the hospital saying that this guy died, you know, from a car wreck or something like that, which would be like ultra suspicious probably, which is why they probably didn't do it. I don't know. All I know is, look, I shut up. When they told me to shut up, I shut up. And if you're ever in a position like that, don't ever try to compromise yourself of like getting hurt, because it was like one of the most scariest situations that I think I'd ever been in my entire life. And I've been in some pretty messed up. We got a lot of stories here that we got to tell you guys. Some really funny ones, and a couple that are going to be like this. But since we're doing the story thing here on the channel, man, I had to like bring this to your guys' attention because, you know, once again, this is like something that like I have to carry this with me for the rest of my life. So like I don't think if I ever am in an ambulance ride, I'm never going to be at ease. Like don't ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this kind of like goes to show you in a sense too, like, dude, regardless of like who you think of humans are, like they can be some awful people out there in a line of business that has to deal with like taking care of you. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just remember it now and bringing up the story. It, you know, it's good for me to get this off of my chest and at least express it to you guys so you can like hear it and kind of like have an understanding of what I've gone through. Cause like who else do you know has gone through this? And they probably think that I was so drunk or something that I wouldn't remember this. No, you remember the bad things that like happened to you. Okay. You know, like, holy crap, man. I'd love to beat their ass. Dude, how old are they now? Dude, I'm elbows to the face or something like that. Best case scenarios, I hulked my way out of the gurney, right? I break all like 17 straps that are holding me down. I go for the morphine. I inject the one dude in the back. He's down. Now all we got is the driver. So we go for him and we smash his head against the steering wheel. I don't know, dude. It's just like this. Ah! That's crazy, right? That's crazy story. So once again, I think that's about the end of it. Yeah, that's about the end of it. Me and my crazy story and the fact that, you know, all of us thank God that we're all alive. The deer's not alive, though. That deer is fucking dead, bro. We murdered the shit out of it. Like, there are chunks of it everywhere. Basically, I think what happened is what they said is as soon as we hit the deer exploded. We were going like 70, 75 miles an hour down some back roads, and all you got is a 3-point that jumps in front of us. Makes us roll a few times, then I get the worst experience of my life out of it. And we never got to go to the party because I wanted to go meet some chicks that night, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So from there, if you guys enjoyed this story, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Go check out my other story where I talk about a really funny time that I went camping with one of my friends and he stepped in some of my poop. So from there, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little story. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are about this awful experience. But my name is GRAVESIGHT. Hope you guys are all doing good out there, and I will see you in the next one. So peace.